Hello everybody, Anthony from SteamFirst.com here, and today we're playing Out of the Park Baseball 15. I'm guessing there were 14 games before this one. But anyway, we have a bunch of things here, and aside from the baseball stadium in the background, I wouldn't think this is a sports simulator game. It looks more like Professional Businessman Simulator. But anyway, there's a bunch of stuff here. It's nice and easy to read, which is nice. It's so much better. I actually like this a lot, so totally scratch that. But anyway, so we have a bunch of buttons. Continue game, load game. I'm guessing those are tied into each other. You guys know what that does. New standard game, play with real 2014 rosters, which is what I'm guessing means real teams and players and stuff. And a new historical game, which I'm also guessing it's from play any historical season from 71 to 2013, which I'm guessing means play again with real players, teams, and leagues from about 30 or some years. Anyway. Oh, 1871, sorry. Whoops. A new custom game, create your own baseball world, which I'm guessing you just create your own teams, players, and leagues. And new quick start game, which I'm guessing is the same as this, but instead of you creating it, it's already created for you. And import Out of the Park 14 game, which is, obviously import a game from last year's iteration of the game. Anyway, settings, what we're interested in here. Again, doesn't look like a simulator game, except from the baseball. But again, easy to read, everything's nice and big, clear. It's cool. So we have we can change the skin, which Out of the Park, and then classic and dark. Guessing kind of changes the way all this looks. Display mode, full screen, only mode will record on. I guess the window size is default when it's on full screen. Standard font size, or font size rather. I have it at standard. You can make that bigger or smaller. Dialogue background effect darkened. Team color, team text color, no. Optimized readability, of course. I'm acting like I know what I'm talking about. And players, coaches lists, or scroll bars. And again, this is all just stuff I don't really care about, but you guys might. And then this is, I guess, or miscellaneous rather. Sorry, is the how the players are displayed. So right here, their height and weight in feet and pounds. You can change that to other systems of measurement. I'm just gonna leave it feet and pounds just for simplicity. In-game sound, you can enable it or disable it. I will go ahead and disable it because I don't like game sound while I play. Display latest news from Out of the Park. You can enable or disable that. Sends usage data to Out of the Park developments. You could do that or not do that. In-game help. Open with in-game browser, which I am gonna leave it like that. 3D and face gen, which is one of the new features I want to talk about actually in the video, is I guess it adds some new 3D animation-y, cool, fancy, graphical stuff that I'm not smart enough to understand. So you could 3D features disabled or enabled. I'll go ahead and enable it for the video. Anti-aliasing, I usually like this off, but I guess it's not an option. It's only 2, 4, 8, or 16. And face gen, you can enable or disable that. Face gen angle, which is also ties into that, and face gen zoom, and all that stuff. Expert, which is also stuff I'm not really going to mess around with. And custom data path, that I'm guessing is where to save your file or something. Online team files, again, and other features, and export field delimiter. I'm also not going to mess with any of this stuff. And troubleshooting, which is all just troubleshooting stuff if you're having any issues. But anyway, we're going to get into the game. I'll admit I'm not a fan of traditional sports. Any test of physical prowess just doesn't strike any interest in me. However, I do love management simulator type games, so I thought Out of the Park Baseball 15 would be pretty fun. Much like other sports management games, it allows you to create your own baseball world of sorts, manage a team, league, and all that stuff that baseball people like to manage. Yeah, you could take as much or as little control as you want, even going as far as letting the AI choose your team's lineups. One thing I did like about this game was the ability to play with other international leagues, which are apparently like the real leagues, like in the real world, not just some fake made-up names. I think that's pretty cool. Apparently there are some kind of rating systems in place that fans of this series would probably understand. I don't. This is the first iteration of this game that I've ever touched. Apparently this iteration of the game revamped that rating system, which, by the way, is optional. You don't have to do that. But if you do decide to, you'll get a clear indication of how a player stacks up to league averages and certain stats and stuff. In the original rating system, the player's stats were measured on a 1 to 10 scale, so a player with 3 in a certain stat wouldn't be that great compared to the league average. But now a rating of 5 in a given stat is league average. So I guess it's like a scale of 1 to 5 at this point. Do with that information what you will. Other than that, it's basically just your average run-of-the-mill management game. There have of course been a couple of changes made to this version of the game, as there probably were in previous versions. It's primarily a text-based game. Pretty much all management games are text-based. That doesn't mean tweaks and changes aren't made to the management screens. Other than that, each new iteration of the games comes with a slightly different styling. Maybe some small animations were added. This version, there's a feature called Face Gen that actually gives you like 3D player profiles and 3D stadiums. It's really cool, and the balls actually move when games are being played, adding a little bit more visual appeal to an otherwise bland or boring play-by-play. The visuals are nice overall. You could tell some stuff has been improved on. One thing I did not like, however, was the actual styling of the main menu. To me, it didn't seem like a baseball management game screen, more like an accountant simulator. But other than that, the other screens are easy to navigate and use. Everything's not all confusing like most management games. I do quite enjoy it. I'll be playing it again sometime soon, rather. Sorry. I do appreciate the usability of the screen, however, the main menu, because it was actually really easy to use and navigate. I appreciate the usability more than fancy graphics and buttons and whatever else. I'll leave it here for this video. I'll go ahead and recommend it to anybody who enjoys management games and or baseball fans of all ages. If you enjoyed this video, please like, favorite, comment, or subscribe. And be sure to check out SteamFirst.com for all the best news, reviews, videos, and content relevant all things Valve and Steam, as well as my Twitch live stream. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check me out. I live stream daily. You can interact with me live. I'll sometimes be playing games that I've reviewed or am reviewing, and all that. It's pretty neat. But anyway, my name's Anthony from SteamFirst.com. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.